Yo, what's going on, guys? Philly here. Thank you so much for viewing the video. As always, make sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe. I just want to say thank you all so much for the recent support that I've been getting. My channel finally reached 100,000 views in a very, very short amount of time. And for that, I cannot thank you guys enough. I started recording these Fortnite videos roughly about a month ago or so. And since then, my channel's been exploding. So thank you all so much for that. Now, without further ado, let's jump right into my top 5 gliders for Fortnite. I'm not a huge fan of the gliders, but I do have some, so let's get right into the list. For my number 5 spot, the umbrella or the parasol. The reason this made my top 5 is simply because it's quiet. Now, I would have loved to have a little bit more animation with this glider, but this particular glider or parasol, without the noise, I really enjoy how quiet it is. Some of the gliders, I mean, they're just really too loud, but that's why the umbrella comes in at my number 5 spot, is because I do run it here and again just because of how quiet it is. I don't know, it's just really nice. Now for my number 4 spot, we have the Royal Dragon. This is the first animated glider I got. I really like this one, but it's so low on the list because honestly it's really, really loud. However, whenever you deploy the glider, it looks like a Chinese celebration. You know how they dance in the streets and whatnot. I'm not 100% sure on the culture and the reason for the celebration, but just from movies and things like that, that's what it reminds me of. But it is a nice glider. It's just a little bit too noisy for me, and that is why it comes in at the number 4 spot. Now for my number 3 spot, it's the Feather Flyer. It isn't super noisy, which is really nice, and it matches the Raven skin, which is pretty cool. Whenever you deploy it, the wings flap when deployed. However, I do wish that the wings would continue to flap until you land, but regardless, this is still a really nice glider. Now for my number 2 spot, I have the Deep Space Lander. It's super cool glider, not very loud, and the deploy animation is really nice. It twirls whenever you deploy it. Whenever it's like doing its animation, you can barely hear it, but it's like crew members talking on comms, which is super, super cool. I really like that. But that's the reason this glider takes my number 2 spot. It's just lacking a little bit of animation, I feel like. Now finally, for my number 1 spot, we have a fairly new glider, the Planetary Probe. I really, really like this glider, simply because whenever you deploy it, this glider folds out and the antennas on the back extend with the same flame coming out of the back as well as the flames on the front, as if it's falling from outer space, which is why it takes my number 1 spot for how animated the deploy is. And it's just a super nice glider, and it's not very loud, which is really, really appealing to me. However, guys, thank you for watching my top 5 gliders in Fortnite. I might do another one depending on how many likes and how many views this gets, but anyways, hopefully you enjoy the video, and I'll see you in the next one.